we're playing Ole Miss in the Egg Bowl on Thanksgiving. Probably the coolest game I ever played in my entire life. One of them. And I stayed, they let me stay in.
Mm-hmm.
And so I ran a corner concept, and it was covered 2. And as soon as I took like 2 steps, bro, I turned around. I was like, oh my God, here it comes. And I ended up catching it with like my pinky and my thumb.
Right.
Passed the ball, caught it, and like came down. And I stood up, and I blacked out. But like, I gave him the whole here. And then, dude, it was the coolest thing to see my teammates stuff come around me. But ladies and gentlemen, so sorry for the audio troubles at the beginning of this video. We had some troubles. We're doing this for the first time again, so just bear with us. It'll get better as the video goes on once we figure some stuff out. Thank you so much. Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. This is our third school that we're at with Real Talk. I'm your boy Ryland Goede, as always, and my co-host, which I'm so pumped, is the mustache man himself, Jack Barton. Jack, thanks for being on, brother. Jack is from Atlanta, Georgia. Went to high school with one of my boys, Jonathan Cannon. Centennial, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so local Georgia boy, back in Georgia Tech, back home. This is actually an apartment complex we're in right now. We got a golf simulator right there, very fitting for the fist bump feature of the week. But Jack, thanks for being on here, brother. Talk a little bit about yourself, being from Atlanta, Centennial, and then going to Furman. What was that like for you?
Sure, man. Thanks for having me. Being from Atlanta, man, that's kind of cool growing up. Had a good family. Went to Centennial High School. It was a pretty diverse high school, so I got to kind of meet a lot of different people, get to know a lot of different people, and then kind of took that with me to Furman. So in high school, I didn't play much my first couple of years, and then I kind of balled out junior year. Got some traction, got a couple offers. First one I actually got today, like 7 years ago, was Arkansas State, which is kind of cool. Yeah, so the ball started rolling after that. But I chose Furman because the money, it was like $250,000 scholarship, and I was like, that was pretty resonating with me. My uncle had gone to Furman back in the day, and it just kind of felt right. We got there, showed up, just got to work. It was an awfully odd kind of team when we got there. I don't know if everybody had the right idea of like wanting to win a championship. So over the next couple of years, we progressed, and my class grew older. We developed, and then it was time to go win a championship, and we ended up doing that. And then this past December, I hit the transfer portal, and now we're here.
Georgia Tech, baby.
Yeah. Go Jackets.
Yes, sir. Dude, so you talk about, you first off with Arkansas State.
Yeah.
I remember this, my freshman year at Georgia, the head coach at Arkansas State, his wife had breast cancer, I think, and we played them. And at Georgia, the entire student section, the painted section was something that supported his wife.
I think it was her name.
It was her name,
Awesome.
and it was really, really cool. It was, I remember Georgia being pretty bad that day, but like after, it was really cool because like I've never been on a field after a game, and both teams and both coaching staffs stay out there entirely and just kind of chalk it up.
Yeah.
Like, it's usually like a couple guys that know each other will stay out there, but it was a really cool moment for that.
Sense of community, that's awesome.
Oh, no doubt, man. Dude, one of the cool things about this podcast that we've done in the past is guests that we have on get to share kind of a little bit about their story, about who they are. And so I'm excited for us to get to explore that with a lot of our teammates. I think it'll be really cool, especially for us both being new. It'll be really cool for us to sit, down for an hour with some of our best buddies that we're going to have for the next year and just dig into what makes them who they are. And that's something that's been really cool in the past for us. I know it's, Tate and I, we were at Georgia together, and then me and Wally, when we were at Mississippi State together, really clicked and really got to know each other more, and also enjoyed getting to know more of our teammates. But speaking of me and Tate, when we were at Georgia, we created a segment of the podcast called our Real. We have a shirt. I should have worn the shirt today. I can't remember the shirt. We have a shirt with not Tiger Woods, but a guy in a red shirt with a black cap, fist pumping with a putter in his hand. We don't have a putter, but we have a wedge. That's the next closest thing. So my lovely sister, Addie, who was also our editor. Shout out to the best editor in the entire world and producer, technically, for our shout out. She showed up today. Explain to us what the Real Talk Fist Pump feature of the week is, and you have to go first.
Thanks for the shout out. It's very kind of you. So, for those of you that don't know, basically, Fist Pump feature of the week is something positive that happened to you. It could be something as simple as you got a good parking spot on your way to workouts, or you picked up a quarter, I don't know, on the ground. My fist pump feature of the week would be that I recently just made a really big purchase of a very nice Sony camera. It's probably one of the best cameras you can have for a sports videographer. So
So you're getting with sports videography. Explain that a little bit.
Yeah, so
Go ahead.
my dream job is to be a sports videographer and create basically the hype videos that you see on the big screens before football games, stuff like that. So since I just recently graduated college in December, I'm starting my process of doing that.
So we're working out in May by ourselves. I'll have recorded videos and stuff for us. We can post them.
That's insane.
It'd be kind of cool.
Okay, so now you guys have to give your
I'll go. You
fist pump.
keep thinking. My fist pump feature of the week is getting our third location for this podcast going. Hopefully we'll have Mississippi State back rolling in a minute. But having the third one going and hitting 10,000 followers on the Jordan one was pretty cool the other day. So that was that was pretty cool.
Yeah, my fist pump feature of the week would probably be I did a photo shoot, actually, my first one. So I got
Mr. Model Jack Barton, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so I'm sponsored by this company called Salty MF, and they're founded in Alpharetta, Georgia. And
Is that the shirt that was? What was the shirt again?
it's lift, pull, squat, moan. It's the steps in
I
a
need
power
to see a
clean.
picture of that on here.
Yeah, for sure. But no, we did a little photo shoot, just quick little workout session. It's like a collab with Carnivore Snacks.
Oh, nice.
Dude, it's kind of interesting. It's like a beef jerky, but it's kind of air fried, I guess. It's chippy.
It's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. Yeah, the pork one was pretty good. Just the beef was interesting. It's a great word to go with, for sure.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's cool.
I'm a big beef jerky guy. I like it a lot. Dude, modeling? Is that in the future? On the hair and the mustache? No. Speaking of Tate, Addie, we went to Jake Moore's wedding this past weekend, and Tate, for no reason at all, decided to wear 5-inch tall shoes on his shoe kicks that he wore. They were heels, and it's he was towering above every single soul in the entire building. But we got a picture. Did you see the picture I sent in the group chat of him and the little boy? So I'm going to show you this picture. We'll put it up on the podcast. But there was a little boy there at the wedding who had a mullet, and of course Tate is the king of all mullets. And so we took a picture of them together. There it is. And then looking at each other. So it was a cool moment. Just
big and little.
Yeah, dude, it was pretty cool. Shout out to Jake and Kinsley though, Camarda. An absolute heck of a wedding, and their exit was awesome. So they walked out with boxes of fire sparklers, whatever, going straight up, and then fireworks shooting off in the distance. And they got in the car, and he has a Hellcat, and he's just it was awesome, dude. It was so fun.
That's sweet.
They're in their honeymoon right now on the beach. So
Really had to.
St. Lucia, I think. Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah, I would not mind.
Yeah.
This little dude.
Sounds pretty good.
We discovered there was this drink on our honeymoon. A Sammy Sosa. So it's a frozen drink. It's a pina colada, a blue something and a red something together, and it's blue, red, and yellow. Apparently, it's his drink down in the DR. And let's just say, I came back for work as an actually at Mississippi State. I was a little out of shape, shall we say. A little off thick on the side. But dude, yeah, just wait till you get married, man. The honeymoon, I mean, food's amazing, but the drinks, they just, here we go. Yeah, they treat you like royalty. So, yeah.
I've been to the DR once. It was an excellent time.
Yeah.
You can tell the drinks are always going.
What happens in the DR stays in the DR.
Sure does.
No doubt. Dude, let's talk a little bit about the transfer portal.
Right.
So you hit on that. I want to hear kind of your side of it, what it was like for you, and then I'll hit on my side, especially being in it twice.
Yeah.
It's a little leechery, but being in it twice.
That's okay. Transfer portal. So I was Furman's FCS, and so going to FCS to try to go FBS was interesting. I had the portal, and within like 2 hours, a bunch of FCS coaches were texting me, but I had promised my head coach, so I was like, dude, I'm not doing a lateral move. I'm either going up to the big leagues or I'm not doing it anymore. And fortunately, Georgia Tech hit me up, and before that, I mean, it was very hectic. You know, I felt like there was no sense of like calmness the entire time. You're just kind of sitting there stressing, like, what's going to happen? Am I going to get the offer I want? Am I going to keep going? You know, and it was a lot. But given the fact that like we had just played Montana in the third round of playoffs, and within like 6 days I was in the portal. So like I just walked away from this awesome family, like 42 graduating seniors, all the fellas, you know, the boys, and it was just time to do something else and, you know, go on like a lone adventure, you know, a little solo mission. But
Solo mission.
yeah, we made
Running
it.
a campaign.
Yeah, we made it out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, one of the interesting things you talked about too is for FCS schools, you know, you talked about a scholarship being worth $250,000.
Yeah.
For a lot of guys at FBS levels, no one ever worries about it because it's all full ride, right? It's all
Right.
done the same amount. Talk about how scholarships are different at the FCS level, and then also talk about the playoff system because you mentioned
Right.
third round playoffs. What does that mean?
Yeah, so I don't think the scholarships are as different to the FBS. I think the only difference is we get like 65, whereas the FBS gets like 85.
85 days, so 20 less.
Yeah, so that's where the depth comes in. That's why you'll see like teams hanging around with South Carolina or whatever for the first half, and then the second half, you know, their twos are just as good as the FCS team's ones, and then, you know, you kind of just get met with the FCS twos not being like, you know, able to compete and get after it like you want to. But yeah, playoffs, man, like we were just talking about that. Dude, playoffs are fun. Like, you know, it's each team's hard versus the other one. You know, it's all about fight and just getting through it. But you don't leave it up to the committee. You know, your destiny is your decision. And you know, it was always so much fun to just compete in the playoffs. Like back in high school, you know, like making the playoffs. You're like, we just got to keep winning. One more to play one more. You know.
I want to say I know what you're talking about, but my high school now is good at football. Yeah, we did make playoffs.
Yeah.
in high school, so
Yeah, we had never actually made the playoffs in high school until like my junior year.
that's it. Because that means like you guys made the playoffs because you were class.
Yeah, no,
That's
it's
dope,
literally we went like 10-2 my senior year. I think the next year they went 1-9. So
bro. Yeah, that's what there's a running joke between me and Smile London, who's a linebacker in Georgia, and we played him my senior year of high school. He was a sophomore, and I lost him one time. I went for like 3 tutties, 150. Like we whooped them, and the next year they whooped us. I was gone, but they
Yeah.
whooped us, and so I mean I would give him so much crap, and he'd be like, "I don't care, we'll beat y'all next year." I wouldn't know that too, bro. It don't matter. Like I wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
So no, I totally know what you mean. I think it's, dude, for me, I want to talk a little bit about the portal again and then go back to the playoff thing because I think, you know, that's going to hit with us this year too, which is really cool. The portal is definitely, and I haven't talked a lot about it, especially on the other podcasts that I've had and been really open about it. I think Coach Smart, when I was at Georgia, was really great to me and helped me out in the portal.
Sick.
And so like, I'm super grateful for him. He was very helpful. But leaving with my now wife and knowing she went to volleyball with me wherever I went, kind of didn't close off a lot of schools, but like it was a very select process going through it. And so like when we went through it, when we went through it, Mississippi State was that was it. Like there was never, Pitt was in there, but it was Mississippi State. So coming out of it this time, especially having playing experience, because I think I started in 8 or 9 games last year. As we're at Georgia, I played in 11 my senior year, but it started me. And so coming out with like starting experience and being a starter and being a guy who played in the SEC, like there were a lot more schools reaching out to me this time, which is crazy. You would think a kid going in the portal the second time would have so much less traction than the first time, but the second time was way more than my first time.
It's all about their resume.
Yeah, dude. And so I honestly, at Mississippi State, my first career catch came in the last game. Let me tell you, this is a real story. So we're we're playing Ole Miss in the Egg Bowl on Thanksgiving. Probably the coolest game I ever played in my entire life. One of them. And we have this trick play designed just for me. Like, we're on the 20-yard line going in. That'll be a touchdown, go up touchdown, like, it's going to be so sick. And two teams that ran it on them for a couple years before that. So, I mean, we were like, oh, this is a lock.
Yeah.
Dude, they clamped it. Like, they clamped it. So at this point, I still have 2 receptions in my career.
Right.
And I'm thinking, I might be done after this year. And it's like, God, stinks, bro. I don't know, no catches. But what was cool about it was, like, honestly, I was on the field. I remember thinking on the field, I was like, dude, Lord, like, you got it, bro. Like, it's cool. Like, if I don't have the catch, like, you still get the glory, dude. Like, it's cool. Like, I'm here. Bro, we get into a 2-minute situation. I hadn't been in a 2-minute situation all year because we had another kid who would go in for that kind of stuff. And I stayed in, they let me stay in. And so I ran a corner concept and it was covered 2. And as soon as I took like 2 steps, bro, I turned around. I was like, oh my God, here it comes. And I ended up catching it with like my pinky and my thumb. Passed the ball, caught it, and like came down. And I stood up and I blacked out. But like, I gave him the whole here. And then, dude, it was the coolest thing to see my teammates stuff come around me. But had that feeling, huh?
It was sick.
Yeah, it was cool. Like, it was just like, it was 5 years in the making of that happening.
Right.
Which was cool. Because, I mean, I caught 30 balls a year in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And then didn't catch a single ball for 5 years. So it was like, dude, it's like going without a sack, tackle.
Literally.
So, like, having that feeling again was like, all right, I'm not done playing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was tough at state because our coaching staff got let go.
Right as you got there, right?
Halfway through the season.
Mm-hmm.
So right as I got there, Coach Leach passed away right before I got there. And the DC got hired. They hired an entire new offensive staff.
Right.
And they all got to go mid-season. So look at that.
Jeez, mid-season was cutthroat.
It's tough, man. They were great people too. But, you know, all my boys also, Will Rogers transferred out, a couple of my boys left. And so, like, so we're done playing volleyball, which we were kind of ready to come back home.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, I had the opportunity to come here. And it was a lot more hectic, but, you know, with us being here, living from here,
Yeah.
Tech was the answer. And Coach Buster and Coach Goede have a great team. I've known them both for a while. So, dude, I know you are too. I'm pumped to be here.
Yeah, me
And I'm
too.
pumped for this next season. I think we can do some special things. You know, I haven't interacted much with the DC. You like him a lot?
Yeah, Santucci?
Yeah.
Dude, he's a
What
good
a
guy.
name, dude.
Yeah, no, it's
Santucci.
sweet. We call him Tooch, Coach Tooch.
Coach.
Yeah, no, he's a great dude. It's funny enough, we kind of ran the same defense at Furman.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty like pressure on, defense ready to attack. But yeah, no, he's got it. I think he's got us handled, man. I'm excited about it. I think he's coming from Duke. It's him and Coach Simpson and Coach Garcia, which is like kind of the ends coach, and Coach Simpson's the D-line coach. But you know, they all came together. I guess it worked well at Duke, and I'm excited to see what they do with this Georgia Tech team, man. You know.
No doubt. It's kind of crazy because those schools hit me hard with A&M. So Elko went from Duke to A&M. And these guys came from Duke to here.
Yeah,
so
okay.
But dude, you hit on earlier. So FCS is a 24-team playoff.
24.
Well, dude, this next year we're finally going for a 12-team playoff.
Right.
You win your conference, you're in, and then you have 8 at-large bids.
Yeah.
4 conferences, 8 at-large.
Yes.
Right. So, or 5 is it conference? What should we expect with the playoff system?
Well, like you said, it'll be the conference champions, and then I guess it'll come down to the committee for the other 8 or whatever. But I don't know. Resume, strength of schedule, all that comes into play. Media will definitely come into play. There was a lot of talk that like we weren't good enough. We were ranked. Furman was ranked 2 for like a majority of the season, and then I think we got like the 6th seed. So I don't know. Yeah. So if you just want to make sure that you win the big games. Like if you're gonna lose, you want to make sure you win the big games, because if you don't, then you're just gonna get left behind by the committee. But
Cool part is, sounds like you control your own destiny.
absolutely.
What you say earlier,
Your destiny is handled by your own decisions or whatever. Yeah, it's up to you if you want to play in the playoffs or not. But yeah, no, man, it's exciting because I just feel like you just get an opportunity to like sudden death. You know, like everybody loves sudden death. You know, it's not like
motto, right?
yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. I'm pumped for it. It'll be cool. It'll be a fun atmosphere, especially with the first round of the games being at the higher seed stadium. That's so sick, bro.
Yeah.
Another thing they're doing is they're adding coach to player communication for one player on each side of the field.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting. What do you think
I
about
was
it?
seeing that. No, I think Michigan, all the sign stealing stuff. I think it's just
That was crazy, by the way.
yeah, it's just the next logical step. Really, I don't think it's gonna like. It's not like they're gonna be in their ear. I'm pretty sure they'll have to turn it off as soon as the play starts, right? So you
There's
want
gotta
to
be like a clock on it.
yeah, you want to have like a coach sitting there and be like, oh, go to your left right now, but.
Throw it to him.
But no, I think it'll definitely be a good step forward. I'm sure a lot of people think it'll be a big step back, more tech, whatever. But no, I think it'll definitely help. Just getting the call in. It might help pace of play. Games will take forever if you're not sitting there getting the call. But yeah, I think it'll help a lot.
I think so. Shoot, there's nothing worse than stand on the sideline after a kickoff, wait for 4.5 minutes to go on the field because of TV timeout.
God, TV timeouts gotta go.
It's the worst. Especially, that's why I do. Sometimes the noon game is awesome because it's like a different network. It's like ESPN or CBS, and then it rolls. It's awesome. Addie, do you want to introduce the Real Talk, Tier Talk, Rank Talk?
So, I don't know if you've ever seen like blind drafts like on TikTok or something, but I basically am gonna give you guys a topic. I'm gonna give you 5 different options, one at a time. You're gonna have to rank those options, but you're not gonna know what's coming next.
Cool.
Did you unmute yourself?
What?
You unmuted yourself, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I decided that we are gonna do sporting events,
Okay.
but you are like attending. You're not.
Okay.
Flying.
Well,
Spectator.
Yes.
Public crowd.
You have to take into
We're
consideration.
doing 5?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to take into consideration like how rowdy it gets, I guess.
Okay. Okay.
So the first one we're gonna do is the Kentucky Derby.
Dude, I've heard Coach Luke, who's at Clemson now, loves Kentucky Derby, loves horse racing. So does Coach Monken, who's at the Ravens. I have heard the Kentucky Derby. It is insane.
Yeah, no, definitely insane.
Okay, so 1 through 5.
Dude,
I want to go 2 there. I want to go 2.
Dude, yeah, I don't want to go 1. My dad grew up in Kentucky, and so we've kind of had ties to the Kentucky Derby. That my whole childhood, they would host these Kentucky Derby parties. They'd be the house.
That's sick.
Yeah, no, it was definitely cool. We'd sneak shots from the keg when we were like 12.
No way. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Definitely wrap it in.
yeah, no, so I'll definitely go with the 1. I feel like just like the class of the Kentucky Derby and like mid-juleps, just the vibe of it. I just feel like other than the Super Bowl, I feel like it can't really be beat. And I don't even know if the Super Bowl takes it.
Okay, so 1 for you, 2 for me.
Looking for a Masters.
The next one is gonna be March Madness.
And
Gotta be a 5 for me and one.
what?
Yeah.
I'll go 4. Keep my 3 open. I'll go. Okay, so 2 and 4 take it for me. 1 and 5 and 2.
I think the hype around it is cool, but to actually attend it, I don't actually know if I would enjoy that. Okay, number 3 is gonna be the NFL draft.
That's so hard.
Sorry,
My
I guess.
My answer now is going to differ so much from my answer in 10 years.
It's true.
Do you want me to change that one?
No, it's fine. Because I think now for us, at least, we watch the draft and it's like,
Oh, it's my buddy.
my buddy, but also like, oh, it could be us.
Yeah, true.
Like, there's a potential that it could be you. So that adds a different level
Yeah.
of resistance to it. I'll go, just because of what's probably going to be on here, I'll go 5. But I think it's up there. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah, if you're thinking this year, I'd probably go 3. I got a buddy that's aiming to do one of those things, so I think I'll stick with 3 there. So I'm going 1, 3, 5.
Which ones do you have?
I have 1 and 4 left. Or I have 1 and 3.
Okay.
You have
2 and 4.
Yep.
Number 4 is waste management.
Oh, the 17th hole part 3.
Rowdy.
That's going to be number 1 for me. That would be very fun to do.
Yeah, that would be sick. I'm trying to think about what your next one's gonna be, but I think I'm gonna have to.
It won't be the Masters.
I'm gonna have to go 2 on that one because I've seen, dude, those videos are crazy. Like the mudslide and all that, dudes are just sloppy.
Dudes are just passing out. Like, covering over themselves and fainting.
Ridiculous.
And then the last one is the baseball College World Series.
I'm happy with 3 for that. It's okay.
Yeah, so I guess that's 4 for me. Yeah, I'm alright with that.
I prefer to be 5, but it is what it is.
That was good.
Good. Hey, that was good.
Right? That was a good draft.
You're going to be in charge of that. No, so you're going to start.
Yeah, that's me.
Edison.
Tate and Bobby was crap on me for my blind draft options. But it's hard with Brett because he doesn't know anything from America.
What's your favorite animal? Kangaroo.
I said we should have done countries and put the United States and Australia last. So
They had to
they had to pick whichever one.
That would be really funny. Oh, that would be awesome.
Okay, that concludes.
Yeah, appreciate you.
I tried.
Nah, dude, I thought those are two pretty good segments we did. I like it.
Yeah.
They're unique. But I appreciate you, Addy. Let's see, what else can we hit?
The AAA. The Tigers.
Oh, bro, the game. Yeah, I'll let you talk about it. NCAA football, back out. We just signed our agreement for it.
Yeah,
Did you sign yours?
Yeah, I did. I'm opted in. College football, I think is what they're calling it now. Last time we played it, NCAA 14. Back on the Xbox 360 or the PS3, whichever side you were on. Dude, it was PS3. Nah, dude, but it's just exciting because I feel like they're going to do it right, you know? Like, Madden has just been kind of iffy for the past couple of years, like since Madden 15. It's
It's
just,
the same.
yeah, it's just like, what are we doing? But I don't know, I like that college football can kind of get unpacked through a video game, and I think they're just going to excel with it now. But NIL, dude, $600, that's kind of sweet. It's funny because when I was transferring from FCS to FBS, so if you don't know, FCS teams aren't going to be in the game, which is bittersweet, but you know, it is what it is. But it was definitely in the back of my mind when I was transferring. I was like, you know, this game might be coming out, like,
I want to be
all
on
the more reason to do it, you know?
You're going to look at your son in 10 years and be like, that's me, boy.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Plus, it doesn't. Dude, what's crazy to think about is the fact that, yes, we'll get each player will get $600 from it. And doing the math, it comes out to be about a little more than $5 million.
Yeah.
They're spending $5 million on this, not to mention what other guys are getting for posting it, promoting it, and all that kind of stuff. And it doesn't even scratch the surface of the other.
Not to mention what it costs to develop it too, you know? Like, they're just quite the investment, but I'm already knowing
They're going to make so much money off of it. I mean, a kid under 18 years old plus any college dude, plus probably any upper 20s, 30s guy that played it when they were 18 is buying that game.
100%. There's no reason you wouldn't have it.
What do you rate yourself?
Dude, I think I run into a problem here because coming from the FCS, I feel like I've improved myself at the FBS level. So I don't know. I'm probably in a perfect world, I'd be like an 85, but in my world, in the true reality that we live in, I'd probably be like a 73, maybe.
And this is considered you can't say you're 99.
Yeah.
It's not
What about you?
Okay, I like that. Same right there with you. I would go. Rock Bowers is a 99.
Yeah.
And I would go probably 81 range.
Yeah.
A starter last year, but didn't do much stat wise. So I'd go 80, 81. I think is a solid starting point to move forward on this thing.
Yeah, for sure. You think they'll update it?
No doubt.
Like, he went fed this week. Like, let's add
Probably Marvin Harrison went for 500 yards in one game. All right, let's go blow. Yeah, dude. I mean, I think it could be a thing. They do it in Madden.
Yeah.
Weekly updates and stuff because guys get up hurt and stuff. I take them out. Dude, I think it's gonna be a blast. I think you talk about crazy stuff going on. Like that's crazy. That it's been 10 years since that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 14, right?
Yeah.
10 years since that game came out.
What were you gonna say?
Navy SEALs, yeah.
Yeah, dude. So the guy that has the podcast, they were talking about it, and one of the guys was saying that there's stuff out there that shows if there's a power blackout for 6 to 9 months, that means no water, no electricity, no gas, all kinds of stuff. 90% of Americans could potentially die.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's probably why people say cash is king, right? Because if the grid does go down, your credit card is essentially plastic.
Yeah,
So,
dude.
Yeah, no, that's wild, dude. I couldn't imagine the scramble
Bro.
if that happened, dude. It would not be ideal. That kind of reminds me of the movie Leave the World Behind. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it's on Netflix, and it's literally that. Like, the power grid goes down.
You said it's like Tesla's driving each other
dude,
around.
like all these Teslas were all just headed to the same direction, all on this highway, and they were just piling up on this. Dude, it's crazy. It's wild.
That's
Just
wild.
Check it out. But
Yeah, if you guys think about it, go get a power generator, go get some cash, empty your bank accounts, get ready because it's coming.
go to cash.
So yeah, that'll be interesting to see what happens with that.
But yeah, no, I'm AT&T, and it hit Atlanta hard. Apparently.
It did,
was like
bro.
the only major city that it hit. And And you can only imagine the Atlanteans, the
Bro.
Atlanta people. We were
I'm in the
freaking-
training room getting ready for our lift, and like 3 of our trainers are like, "Yo, is your service out? Can you send text messages?" And I'm like, "Oh, I can." Shout out Verizon. Verizon. Do you drive a Ford truck? But yeah, dude, that's gonna be wild.
It's crazy.
Dude, thanks for being on.
Sure.
Appreciate you. We'll keep this one kind of short and brief as the first one.
Thanks for having me.
We'll let you guys know who our next guest will be on next week. Jack Barton, I'm Ryland Goede. This is Real Talk Georgia Tech Edition. Thank you guys for watching.
Sure.